Hello and welcome everyone back to the second installment of Sims 3 From Rags to Riches. This installment looks into the more of the life of Jeff Kluklux and Tamara and Annie. And last installment I kind of cut it off a bit early. But actually what happened was I bought some beds. When I say I cut it off early, I wanted to actually add this, but I just forgot to. But yeah, anyway, this is just how things go. I added a bed, added a fridge. Now, as you can slowly see, the house is slowly turning into livable. I mean, not really, but I mean, heck, we have a shower now, so they can keep healthy hygiene. Now they have a sink, so now they can wash their dishes, and you can see all the dishes on the ground because I actually had nothing. I'm pretty sure. We buy a TV, so that's an important thing for everyone to sort of look at and have a fun time with. So, there you go. I originally wanted to make it down there, but that never really came around. Tamara was kind of in the way there, so I sort of fixed it up a bit later. But yeah, I pulled the TV down there. And then I buy a stove because one of Jeff's traits is actually is natural cook, so it's only fair for him to get a stove and start cooking. I get rid of that sink because I don't like it, but yeah, I put a sink in there, and that blocks anyone from using the shower or the sink. So that was the most pointless move I've ever made. Decision I ever made in this sort of thing. It's just completely unaccessible. The only thing you can do in there is go to the toilet. But so yeah, I've got a brand new shower which we can't use. But yeah, as you can see, I start putting wallpaper up. It looks really nice. I mean, not fabulous, but it's still at the same time it looks nice. Then I had some outside wooden paneling. Then I try to add a fence around, but no, there is no way that I could afford that much. So now we've got a semi-complete sort of fence, but you can see the house is slowly getting there. I mean, yeah. So yes, now this is a funny story. I tried to test out whether Tamara could get fat by eating salad. Now, the truth is you can, but I eventually run out of all them salads, so what I do is she does get fat, and you can see she slowly gets slightly overweight as time progresses. But I ran out of autumn salads, so I eventually had to resort to bread and jam, and that's sort of a joke about Adam. And so yeah, I whenever I choose a food to eat, it's always bread and jam. But yes, she keeps eating, and as you can see, she's gotten a bit more overweight than last. And there she's watching a romantic film. This is an important part. I throw a party, mainly for Erin, Erin Kennedy over there, and Dildo comes back, and Sword Cyclone. Oh wait, what am I saying? Cyclone Sword. They have the names back to front. But it's actually for Erin and Jeff to meet up. But I couldn't pay for the bills. Now that's funny because I bought all this new stuff which I couldn't pay for. So what happens as a consequence? The repo man comes. And you'll see him in a bit, but it's really funny when he comes because the bill was $120, alright? But watch what he repossesses. Alright? There she is there. And she repossesses a chair that is worth $60. What on earth is she doing? She is the worst repo woman ever. Kind of funny things that happen here. Now this is where I try and get Erin and Jeff to get it on. But so I kind of wanted her to move in and have that sort of stuff. It turns out to be an alright party. The only person that hated it was Dildo, but that's beside the point. It takes a long time And this is mainly because Erin is actually unflirty. That's her trait, and it was even so bad that after the party, I had to call her back to and it couldn't even call her back from Jeff's point of view. I actually had to get I forgot who it was. I had to get Annie, and so yeah, you see, I super speed this up because yeah, it took so long. I think I had to meet her like 3 times, and like this is why Jeff has a charisma trait. He's like using everything on this girl, and he doesn't even get to like get her romantically in. He just gets her to move in through friendliness, because I just couldn't do it through romantic stuff. But eventually, you'll see in a sec, she does decide to move in, which is great. As you can see there, she moves in and she gives $5,000, which is really helpful. Because I get to renovate the house a little more, and yeah, it just makes the house, like, as you can see now, the house is really looking nicer, much nicer than it did before. But yeah, I add another room, which is quite huge for for the Sims 3 playthrough. Yeah, so I refurbished all the walls and whatnot. The outside walls. I think I add a couple of new stuff as well. Yeah, so I get some doors, some lights. Yeah, and to prove like, oh yeah, and I finally finished off that fence, so that's really a good thing as well. So yeah, and as you can see, Erin still isn't sleeping in the same room. They're still like quite opposite ends of the court, if you know what I'm saying. But I also buy for this is important. I buy for her an art easel, and this is the way she makes most of her money. Like I was saying before, she is an artist, and she has a career in business. So she has this like really good job that makes a lot of money, and when she comes home for a downtime, she paints and makes more money, which is really funny. Now, funny thing is, Erin is a sergeant, and look at that face. Look at it. Oh, I couldn't get over how funny that was when I was playing. But she was a coffee courier. And as you can see here, what I do is she quits that job eventually, and I think I show her quitting the job actually. But yeah, I add a desk, and the desk has a computer, and the computer is used to write books. Now, you'll see here, I make a grammar mistake, and I write coffee with only one E. But it's funny because all of her books that I write, this is Erin. All of the books I write are actually based on coffee. Now, this is the final time I got Jeff and Erin to get it on, and it finally worked. It took so long to get these two to be romances because Erin has this horrible trait of being unflirty, and it's just hard. And there you go. You'll see in a sec. They become boyfriend and girlfriend. So there you go. That's like sort of happy ending to the second installment. But a couple more things happen. As you can see, I add a double bed. The desk moves outside, and that's pretty much it. Apart from the sort of editing to the outside, I also made the room a bit longer. That sort of things, because I actually couldn't get them to move. It's kind of funny, that sort of stuff. But anyway, doesn't matter. So the second installment's just about ended. So I'll see you guys all later. This is a really fun series, and I hope to see you watching the rest of it. Bye.